Last time on this series, we spoke about the Flylady routines. This time, we're going to talk all about the Flylady zone. And be sure to subscribe because this is a series and we are covering the pieces of the Flylady puzzle that's going to make it super easy for you to streamline your home. For the Flylady system, we're going to break up our home into 5 zones. The entryway, the kitchen, the bathroom, as well as one other room, the main bedroom, and the living room or family room. These are your 5 zones. So be sure that every single day you take 15 minutes to work on these zones. We're going to work from whatever point we're currently at. So for example, if you have no clutter in your home, don't worry about decluttering. Get to cleaning. But if you do have clutter, you can't clean clutter. So be sure to start there. 15 minutes a day is all you need to get a tidy and organized home. Slow and steady wins the race. You don't want to burn out. You want to have your weekends free. And you want to make sure that you can sustain this as a lifestyle. I don't know about you, but I do not want to spend my whole entire weekend cleaning. Granted, we do have our routines as well as the daily focuses, which I will be covering. But for the zones, that's all we need to do. 15 minutes. Now, every time you go into the zone, I would like you to have a bag, a box, and a basket. If you have these things. A bag so that you can throw out the trash. A box so that you can put things for donate. And a basket or a hamper, whatever you have, to put the things that you want to keep, but not necessarily in that room. And I'll give you a tip in a minute about exactly what you can do if there is no room for the things you want to keep. But for now, these are the items you would like to use if you have them at hand. So first, you're going to set a 15-minute timer. The timer is going to be your very best buddy moving forward. Be sure to set it for 15 minutes and get to work. Remember, if it is fun, it will surely get done. So put on the music, a fun podcast, or hey, even this YouTube channel if you so wish. And let's get to work. For 15 minutes, uninterrupted, please. Mamas, I know this is difficult, so if you can rise before your children and do this for my early birds, but if you're more of a night owl, maybe do this after they've gone to bed. But not too late now, because remember, we do gotta get to bed at a decent hour as part of our evening routine. So for 15 minutes, you're going to decide what to keep, what to toss, and what to donate. Remember that if it's not in a condition that you will buy it in, it's better to toss it than to donate it because other people will be using this. And if you have a hard time letting go, remember that these are just items. And the more items we have to manage, the less time we have to do the things that we love. Keep this in mind while decluttering and be ruthless. If you change your mind, you can always go back down to the Goodwill or wherever it is that you donated and collect your item again. But I highly doubt that you will miss it once you see how much freedom not having the item will bring to you. The zones work like this. Every week, we're going to be working on a different zone. They rotate depending on whichever week we're on. It's easy to remember because week 1 is for zone 1. Week 2 is for zone 2. Week 3, zone 3, and so on and so forth. That way you can never forget which zone we're in and you will be able to jump right in. Remember that when we go over the focuses, there is a desk day and we will be talking about how you can use that desk day to better make your zones work for you. But stay tuned for that. For now, if you are decluttering your zones, but you do not have room for the things that you need, I recommend you start with the hidden storage. These are the drawers that you may have in there, the closets that are full to the brim. Start with these so you can empty these out, and then you do have room for the things that you want. If you still don't have room for the things that you want, you might have too much stuff for your home. I live in a small home myself with hardly any storage. So believe me, I had to be ruthless when decluttering. One day there will come a time where you have more space, if God allows. But for now, this is the home that you have. And I know you want to have memories in it rather than stuff, right? You want room for your children to walk around and learn and grow, or your pets if you have any. So be sure that we're keeping this in mind as we're decluttering. According to the Flylady system, chaos stands for can't have anyone over syndrome. And I completely agree. Because when my home was in shambles, you couldn't even take a couple of steps, let alone have anyone over. I know you want that mixing bowl, believe me. But we have 2 mixing attachments right here that we can use for free. I mean, yeah, we might need a spatula or a fork, but you can make it work. Would you believe I don't own a mixing spatula? Yes, it's true. Like I said, I have very limited space and have to be very choosy with what I keep. But from my experience, a fork works just as well. Maybe one day I'll have a mixing spatula, but for now I don't. And if you don't either, don't feel bad. There's a lot of things I don't have. Comment down below. What are some things that you don't have that you feel like everybody else has? Let me know. I bet you if I wrote a comment, it will be a long list. Are you liking this video so far? I hope so. And if you are, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you like videos like this, consider subscribing and turning on your notification bell so you don't miss a single video. After your 15 minutes are up, you are also up. Don't work anymore. Stop. There will be another chance. You don't want to get overwhelmed or cause the whole home to halt because there is now chaos everywhere and nobody can even take a step. Life goes on. So be sure to be able to have a functioning room at the end of 15 minutes. Don't take out more than you can put back. After the 15 minutes, you're going to throw away the trash, put away what needs to be put away, and for the donation, take it to your vehicle if you have one, or put it by the front door, or maybe temporarily a closet. Don't forget about it. Until you can get it to the donation spot, or maybe you're going to want to call and have them pick up the donation. If you have a garage, make use of this too, but do not forget to take it out on errand day. Be sure you write it on your planner. If you don't have a planner, I do have one for less than $20, a productivity planner. You're welcome to get that. But if it's not in your budget right now, just use a sheet of paper. Literally, whatever you have can make it work. As long as you have a plan and you're writing it down, you're good to go. So when you finish your 15 minutes, just know that you will continue the next day and the next day. And before you know it, your whole entire zone will be decluttered. Now, if it's the next week and you're not finished decluttering that zone, don't worry. We'll get back to it next month. But for now, move on to the next zone because you don't want to fall behind. Eventually, the zones will all get done. But for now, just move with the following zone every single week and you will see a massive improvement in your whole entire home. And some tips to succeed in your zone. Be sure to take some before and after pictures if you can. I wish I would have did this because now not only will I be able to show how much of an improvement I have made, but it will also show you guys how messy I was. Now you're going to have to take my word for it. Oh, believe me, it was pretty bad. I have some super embarrassing stories if you're interested. So take those before and after photos so you can see a drastic improvement. Another one is do follow your timer. I know once we get going, we want to keep going, but be sure to stop when it's time to stop. Otherwise, you might get decision fatigue. And not only that, the whole room will be in shambles. And don't forget, you actually got to put all those things back when you're finished with them. The ones you're going to keep anyway. So another reason why the less things you keep, the better. I understand that not everyone is a minimalist, but also let's try not to be a maximalist. Is that a thing? I don't think so, but you get what I mean. Have you seen the video yet where we talk about the Flylady routines? If not, be sure to check it out right now. This is actually the very first step of the Flylady puzzle and what's going to help start getting your home streamlined. So check it out right now and I'll see you there soon. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, to God be the glory. Bye.